Alright, so we're starting our first unit on trig stuff today. We'll have a couple that we've got to get through. So like I was saying before, you've got a lot of like vocabulary and stuff up here. Did most of us print this out? Yes. Wonderful. Then I don't have to spend a whole lot of time here. I'm trying to think like what's most important. We know that like you go counterclockwise around, correct? For your angles. Yeah. So like, like especially if you're looking at your unit circle, you go like counterclockwise around. Oh no, counterclockwise around. So if they're positive, you go counterclockwise. If it's a negative angle, you go backwards. Your initial side is where you start. Your terminal side is where it ends. So like you'll have problems later on that say you've got an angle and the terminal side is in whatever quadrant. So that just tells you like where it ends. Does that make sense? As far as all that stuff. So I'm not going to read all that to you because I think you're capable. The first part is super, super easy. We're just going to draw these angles. So you need to have like an idea of how big these angles are, like in theory, or like what it would like. You need to be able to visualize it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if you've got a 45-degree angle, where is that? Or what does it look like? We start here, right? 45 degrees. Where is it? Halfway in that first quadrant, right? Are we good with that? Okay, so then what about negative 90? How would we draw that angle? It's down. So negative 90 is the same as what? Positive what? 27. That okay? Yes, no, maybe? Negative 90 is the same as positive 270. So then 225, where's that going to be? Right before 270, right? So it's like here? Yeah. Yes, no, maybe. Okay. And then the last one we've got is 405. So what's going to happen with that? Is it going to go once around and stop, or? So at 45. Ooh, that's a really bad 45-degree angle, but that's okay. So remember, anytime it's bigger than 360, you just keep going around your circle? Yeah? We're all good? Yep. Wonderful. So we'll just move on. So have we used degrees, minutes, seconds before? Okay. So your conversion for that is like right here. So 1 degree is 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. Right, we already know that, so that's like converting that. Your calculator will do all of this for you. So basically, all you have to do is type that in your calculator, and it will convert it to degrees for you, just degrees. It's a little bit trickier going the other way, I think, is it? Or can we still do it in the calculator? I think you can still do it in the calculator, actually. So, I'm going to clear this out because there's a lot going on there. Do we know where all those symbols are? Okay. So we've got 50 degrees. So I can't remember. Is it here? Yeah. The question mark at the bottom beside a G in your little like alphabet. When you press that button, you get all these things that pop up. Does that make sense? I'm going to turn the lights out. Can y'all still see your papers? Yeah. So if you want 50 degrees, you'll just use your little degree symbol here. And then 6 minutes. So again, hit that question mark and use the minute one. And then for seconds, you'll do the question mark again, and it's right below the question mark. Yep. Oh, JK. All those symbols are under the question mark button that's at the bottom of your calculator beside a G. When we type in, it says error.
I need tennis to be released at this time. I need tennis to be released at this time.
Wait, so do you type in the 2 lines and then?
You type it just like it's written on your paper. So 50 degrees, 6 minutes, 21.
Blank box with the, between the
Use the one tick, do it twice. Yes. Also, you gotta be in degree mode because it wants us to go to degrees. I'm in radian, so mine's wrong right now. So I gotta fix that as well. So if you go to the dock button, and then go to settings. Oh, JK, maybe that's not how we do it. Settings. Oh, I don't know all these tricks. Oh, there we go. Up at the top where it says RAD or DEG, if you just click on it, it'll flip to the other one. That's helpful. We need to be in degree mode because it wants it in degrees. Does that make sense? There's so much talking, I don't know how they know what's going on at all. Are we okay with that? Do we have any questions? Cool. So we're rounding 4 decimal places. Alright, so to go the other way, I feel like there was a shortcut on your calculator, but I can't find it right now. That's what I was just trying to find. So if I remember or recall what that is, I'll tell you. But it's really not hard to do it without that shortcut anyway. So basically, you just take it, and we're going to break this decimal down into that degrees, minutes, seconds. So the first part, the 21, is obviously like your whole number degrees. Does that make any sense? So we'll do 21 degrees, and then from there, we'll do the decimal part like one chunk at a time. So 1 degree is going to be 60 minutes. We'll take 2.56 and we'll multiply by 60, and that'll give us your minutes. You're kind of working backwards. I keep clicking the wrong thing on here. Yeah, 0.256. Sorry, I said that wrong, didn't I? So 0.256 times 60, and that's going to give us 15.36. So we'll take the 15 for your minutes. And then we'll do the same thing again with our decimal. 0.36 times 60. And that's going to give you your seconds. So we'll round that to like 22. Is that okay? Questions?
How do you apply this to real life? At this point, is it applied to
If I had an answer, I would tell you, but I don't. So you got to know how to do this. I don't think you'll have to do that. Are we okay? Like, I think there's like one question on your test that makes you do that. So as long as you just type it in, you're good to go. Is that okay? Cool. So the next part that we're talking about today is just arc length and area of sectors. Have we done that before? Yeah? Okay, so I don't know how much time we need to spend on this or not. There's a bunch of words that's telling you like where all those formulas come from, but if you're good with them anyway, then we're not going to worry about it. I need you to know this formula right here. This is the one that we'll use most often. I also need you to know the area of a sector, which is this one down here. Memorize those two things and you'll be good. The key thing you have to remember is that you've got to be in radians. If you're not in radians for either one of these things, your answer is not going to be correct. Yes. It's theta. Did somebody say theta O? It's theta. It looks like an O with a line through it. So yeah, that's read as theta. So we'll just do these two examples and we'll be done. So it wants us to find the length of the arc of a circle with a radius of 2, subtended by a central angle of 0.25 radians. So that's just telling you that theta is 0.25 and r is 2. So plug that into your formula and we'll find our arc length. So S is going to be 2 times our 0.25. Is that okay? And what do we get? 0.5. Questions there? We're all good? So that's, again, your arc length. So that's like referring to this part of your circle, whatever. It's kind of like the crust of your pizza. Yeah? All right. So then the next part is the area of your sector. So that would be like all of this space. So there's your formula for that. So we want to find the area of a sector of a circle with radius 2 formed by an angle of 30 degrees. So if they give it to you in degrees, what do you have to do first? Convert it to radians. Yeah. Okay. So 30 degrees in radians. Do you remember how to convert from radians to degrees? Okay, we'll go over that tomorrow. It's pi over 6. Okay. So we'll just plug that in for our theta, and our radius was 2. So we'll have A equals 1/2 times 2 squared times pi over 6. That's something that you'll memorize, but it's just 30 degrees converted to radians.
Is that like the circle thing? I think we did it in math 3.
We'll talk about how to do all that stuff tomorrow, or later this week. We'll get there.
Sorry, I couldn't see it. I missed a day of that, and then I never caught back up. Yeah, I was like,
We're going to spend a lot more time on that tomorrow. So basically, 4 divided by 2 gives you 2, and 2 times pi over 6 is pi over 3, and that's about 1.05. So that would be the area of your sector, yeah? Questions? Cool. So that's it, yeah? That's all for notes. So I'll give you homework and we'll be done, okay?